my son's father off of child support because I felt like it was causing us turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Why would I do that if it's causing us turmoil? Because child support causes you turmoil because it makes everything about the money. When you don't get your child support check, it's about the money. You get mad. Oh, well, he's not doing this. He's not doing that this week. You know, everything else don't matter. Everything else that he did, it doesn't matter. That's what it was doing to me in my mind. So for me as a mature woman now, taking my son's father off of child support is the best option for me. And now he has our son right now for spring break. And I'm not bothered. I got my time alone and he's doing his part. You have to mature and let people do their part. Don't make it about the money. Once you make it about the money, it's no longer about the child.
That's big. But I think it's right. Because if he taking care of his child, and he doing what he's supposed to do, and you still taking him downtown, and you still can claim the kids on your income tax, only one of y'all can claim your children. Both of y'all can't claim them. Now, if he paying child support, you can't claim the kids. Only he can. I think that's fair. Y'all don't think that's fair?
No, it's in it. I ran out of boxes, I promise. It's in there. That's the last. It's inside of there, I promise.
Oh, okay.
Look in there. Yeah. Yeah. DNA test report. Yeah. 0% paternity probability. Yeah. Yeah. Our son? Nah, yeah, that's not me. This right here say my son ain't my son. And you ain't even got nothing to explain because this explained it already. Matter of fact, no, it's not. Go to the next page. I'm going to show you how much I'm joking. I'm going to show you divorce settlement agreement. Divorce settlement already pre-made it up. Divorce agreement. It's up. You know what that means? That means we over with. We over with. Get out my house. Get out my...
I want y'all to understand something, brothers. Modern women are scandalous, brother. Like, just scandalous, man. Like, you got to know that the majority of these women have an ulterior motive. Like, they're conniving, scandalous, and they'll do whatever they got to do to get what they want. It don't matter who they got to step on. It don't matter who they got to take advantage of. That's why when I say you got to keep your gators on their neck, man, you got to. You got to keeping your gators on her neck simply means you got to make her constantly prove that she deserves to be in your life. Because if not, you'll find yourself doing all this shit for a woman who don't deserve to be in your life. That's all.
Because I just don't get it. You know, when I was with the family, I was there, you know, and I tried my best. I was a good father, you know, I had structure, and trying to show his children, you know, a good man. But he said once he got divorced, it was like the energy shifted. Now, his kids don't keep in contact with him. It's like if they don't care. I said, man, I get that. I said, you gotta realize this. When you're dealing with spirits, y'all, it's through emotions. Understand, understand what I'm saying. It starts when you're young. You gotta realize the generational curse that we pass on to our children. Women especially, because y'all emotional creatures, therefore y'all carry emotions with you. So this is what you're passing on to your own children.
Who's your favorite, mommy or daddy?
Daddy!
Excuse me?
Daddy!
Mommy's not your favorite?
No, it's Daddy!
Why?
I don't like you at all. And you? I'm
Wait.
I'm big!
Excuse me.
Your trauma goes on to their life, and it continues. They're not learning anything from you. They're just looking and observing what you're going through, and they think that's what they got to go through. It's okay, because mommy's going through it. No. Mommy is showing you and teaching you wrong. And I had to explain this to him. We got to realize this. If you're holding on to any bitterness, selfishness, all of these things equivalent to emotions. And this is how the devil within you keeps you possessed. So therefore, if you're not teaching your kids this, what do you think is happening to them? Because their emotions are going to get attached to them. He's already in their life. You're not trying to guide them. One, you got to realize a lot of y'all ladies are career-driven women. So are you really around your kids? Are you really there with your kids? Are you teaching your kids? A lot of people are not teaching their kids. They think because they're taking care of their kids, that's parenting. That is not. If you didn't learn nothing, what do you think is happening to your kids? Understand or understand what I'm saying, y'all. So many people listen emotionally. They don't realize how they're already possessed. And that's what he was saying. What is he supposed to do? He's been trying to reach out to his kids. He tried to reach out to his ex, but no one communicates the same. I told him, you gotta learn to just love them from a distance. That's it. Because you gotta keep your psyche together. Your mental. Because if you get emotional, Now the devil within you is there. This is how he passes on. It's all here, y'all. And if you can't talk to somebody because they're in their emotions, they're already possessed. It's pointless. Point blank, period. It's pointless. You have to learn how to listen. It's all about protecting your soul. And that's what the Bible is trying to teach you. And the Quran and all that is trying to teach you about your energy and how to keep that together in harmony. So you don't let emotions crack that. Because that's when you let Satan in your life. Stay logical, y'all. And his situation is not logical. You have a good father that's actually there, that's trying to be there. But because the woman wants to be bitter in her emotions, now all of a sudden, he's a bad guy. He wasn't a bad guy when he was with him. How you think you got him? That's what y'all don't realize. You're doing no harm trying to hurt the man. You're hurting your children. And we just put the blame game. You know, I was talking to my lady a few minutes ago somewhat about this, and she was talking about her childhood, and she was saying how she was scared of her father, and he only spanked her like 3 times. But mommy would whoop her ass. I said, you see that? Why is that? Why is it your father spanked you? It's a different feeling. But mommy can whoop your ass, and you still love her. That's because of that emotional bondage, that trauma bondage that y'all have. And this is the problem when you have children. Because 9 times out of 10, the children are with mommy, not daddy. And mommy are not teaching them to be responsible. That your father is important. He's supposed to be in your life. Because if he's not going to be in your life, I promise you, you look at mommy, she don't have a man. She can't keep a man. So what are you going to learn from her as far as finding a good husband? Like, seriously, think about that. But y'all women think y'all have it all together and y'all don't. That's emotions that be blocking y'all vision. Turns you into a narc. Y'all got to understand how your body works. And that's what they're trying to teach you, how your body works. Not another deity. It's within you. And a lot of y'all, man, you're making yourself sick. You're cursing yourself, holding on to bitterness. There's so many people that are suffering through this. We all had our young moments where we did the wrong things. But when you know better, you got to do better. And if you're not trying to do better, you stay stagnant. That's how the devil keeps a hold of you. You stay there because of your emotions.
When my parents got divorced, I suffered. But so did my dad. I remember I was so embarrassed that my parents had gotten separated, and it felt like every other kid had their dad, and not me. And it sucked. But life really sucked for my dad. See, while we were going through it, I still had my brother. I still had my mom. My mom had both of us. And my dad, he didn't have anybody. It sucked being a man sometimes. I remember still to this day, my Jefito would have this little rinky-dinky truck, all rusted out, all torn to crap. He would stay at the Raspa stand that they made into an apartment, and you could literally put your hand on one wall and your hand on the other. And he would spend those nights there alone. And not just alone physically, alone in his heart too, because I wasn't talking to him. My mom would tell us that he don't want to be here. Your dad chose his drinking rather than his family, and that's why he's over there. He'd rather be over there. And as a young man, her words, they were poison. And I hated my dad. I had so much resentment towards my dad. But I left him alone. I left him alone. And he was there all alone. And see, their problems weren't my problems. And I see my mom's motives now. Like, I think of it now as my Jefita. I have so much respect for what she did because she overfed us information. She told us a lot of negative things about my dad that I didn't need to know at that age. But I love that woman because she's so selfish. She couldn't see an alternative of us going with him. So he always had to be the bad guy. I get it. I get her play. It's just so unfair to my dad. It's so unfair. He having to be there all alone without his kids in such a dark time in his life. It's horrible. So I'm asking you, all of you that are going through it, the little meats, the little yams, the little mijos, the little mijas, call your dad. Just because your parents got separated, whatever it is between them, call your dad. Just, hey pops, how are you doing? How are you holding up? As a man, having your kids just to say I love you is the world. So Father's Day is coming up. Let it be an excuse. Hey pops, how are you doing?
So you gotta realize this, y'all. So many families are affected by this. The man tries to reach out to his children. Do y'all know how hurtful that is? Like, seriously, ladies, I need y'all feedback because a lot of y'all not at this understanding. One, because y'all already have y'all children. You're not missing nothing. You still have someone there as opposed to the man that's alone and he's not getting the connection from his own children? Do y'all really know how that feels? Man, I try to get him to that understanding. This is how demons work. It can be in your children. Your mama, your daddy, it don't matter. And it's through emotions, y'all. Really think about that. I'm a logical being. A lot of people don't like to be around me because they be in their feelings. Think about that. I'm a logical being, meaning I'm about truth. I don't like to lie, and I don't like fake. So if I'm gonna be real with you, and you're not real with yourself, yeah, you're gonna be triggered, you're gonna be bothered, you're gonna be in your feet. He's gonna turn you into a narc. You're not gonna learn nothing. This is where he keeps you, right where he wants you. It's within you. You gotta make that change. And a lot of y'all don't make that change. Y'all try to move on, and you're still cursed. Now your kids are cursed because they see what you're going through and they're gonna roll with mommy because emotions is there. You got daddy on the other side trying to be logical. Why y'all not doing this? Y'all need to be doing this. Kids don't want to hear that. So they're triggered by their emotions and they're gonna go the other way. I had to get him to understand this. It's not you. It's the spirit that's in these people. And again, it could be vice versa. The woman can have the man like that. You gotta get to this understanding, y'all. Ladies, who is supposed to be the head of the household? If you think you are, you're wrong. It's supposed to be the man, regardless of how much money y'all making, because it's not about money. Money doesn't make who you are. It might help you along the way, but it can damn sure bring your character down. Up too, but down just as well. So many people get a hold of money, which is the root of all evil, and they let that get to them emotionally. And they already done. He's already in your life. Now you're triggered by emotions about money. Now you're gonna do whatever to keep that money. Emotions is there. What's more important now? It ain't gonna be family. It's gonna be that money. That money that you cannot take with you. So many of y'all losing your souls because y'all not at this understanding. You're holding on to bitterness. You're losing your soul. You're trying to move on to other men and you're embodying other souls, other spirits in you, other seamen in you. What do you think is happening to your spirit? But y'all want to be cute. Please, somebody enlighten me, please. Make it make sense to me. There's so many good fathers that's out there. There's good mothers as well. But we're not talking about y'all. Y'all always got the upper hand. Men don't. Our voice don't ever be heard. Or you're not man enough. You're not a man. I'm telling you, it's a good feeling when you have a woman that's at an understanding and she sees all this BS that's going on. I'm telling you, this is how spirits work, y'all. Stop dealing with people on the physical. You're dealing with demons. Emotions fighting with logic. This is the battle. Logic is not going to win. Emotions is going to always cloud thoughts. It's just going to be a back and forth. You're dealing with a demon. They can't sit there, think, have time to self to reflect, understand the situation to overstand, stop understanding. You're dealing with a demon. They don't have logic. They're going to go with emotions. This is what they taught us, y'all. Go with emotions. A lot of us dealt with the wrong person because we went with feelings. We didn't go with logic. We wasn't that wise enough to know this. If you know now, you got to do better. If you know now, don't make things even worse. Fix your problems because it's within you. It's your spirit, your soul. You're going to cause your own body sickness, disease, putting your own body at dis-ease. Why? Because you're bitter. Instead of learning actually to make things more clearable so you can see better, you got to use your third eye. But a lot of y'all already working for the wrong God. And it's clear as day. And it shows. So man, we got to stay clear. Women too. Stay out of your fifis. Please start using logic. Stop jumping on the gun all the time. That's understanding things. You're using emotion, first impulse. Take the time to sit back and reflect on things. Start to understand. Use logic. Fight with that emotions. Put that to the side. These are techniques you got to learn within your mind. It's how you keep a clear mind, a logical mind. Always have that battle with your inner me, emotions. And you make a decision. Just don't make the wrong one, which is going with emotions. That's why your ass in the situation you in now, because you went with emotions. Think about that, y'all. Yeah, you have to teach your kids this because they don't know this. And they're going to carry this emotions with them. And he's going to get stronger and stronger as they get older and older, and they're not at an understanding of emotions. They're just going to keep clouding more on top of it. And when it's time to blow up, that's it. He already has them. This is way deeper than what we think, y'all. Us as parents, my generation, is terrible. Our parents didn't do their diligence because they didn't know. That's it. They didn't know. I don't hold no grudges on no one. We all didn't know. But we should know now. Things should be a lot different. Relationships should be a lot different. But they're not. Women still think they can just sleep with any old body. They don't care about their box. They don't care about their soul because they don't have it no more. They're full of dead man bones. I'm sorry to say that. But don't be listening emotionally. This is a test. Beep, beep. Get out your fifis, please. Put it to the side and just listen logically. You have to. Or you are always going to be possessed. You are possessed if you cannot listen. You always got a rebuttal. Ladies, why y'all do that? I just don't get it. And it could be the other way around. But again, who's logical? Now you're trying to fight with a man. Trying to be logical. Why I got to be a competition? The man's supposed to be the leader. You done had kids with this man, but now he can't say anything. You want to be the leader. Make it make sense, y'all. It's hard for women to be leaders. I'm sorry to tell y'all this, but y'all got to get to this understanding. If you're not at an understanding about your emotions, you're not fit for a leader. Because you're going to get triggered by your emotions because you're not going to like what someone's going to say. You're not going to like what you heard, what you hear. And you're going to get triggered by your emotions. You're not trustworthy. That's not a leader. Y'all got growing to do. That's what I'm saying, man. People are not at this understanding, but they want to play these roles like they know what they're doing. They don't.
And if you can't get your ass right, get out. Again, better is the wickedness of a man than a what again? This is so good.
Than a woman who does good.
That means there's not a woman on this earth, not one, that your goodness can ever be better than the wickedness of a man. What you say?
That is the truth. That is the truth. I really do believe it because I think a lot of women, including myself, I mean, I'm a woman. I'm not going to deny it. We do things calculated. If we're doing good, it's being calculated. A woman will say, oh my gosh, I'm going to clean the house today and I'm going to cook a good meal because I really want him to take me to the movies tonight.
Oh, and he shall corrupt many by flatteries. Go ahead.
I am going to make sure that I do everything he told me to do, pay all the bills, do everything because I really want him to let me go out tonight with the girlfriends.
Always no ulterior motive.
I am going to make sure that dinner is ready because hopefully he'll take me out to dinner the next time I ask. I mean, everything is, you're driven by what you want. Everything, I don't care what it is. There is an undermining motive to manipulate that man into doing eventually what you want because of your good behavior.
You know, the prophet Isaiah says, you know, I looked out and I saw among 1,000, I was looking for one righteous woman. Couldn't find one. But out of 1,000, I found one righteous man. Out of 1,000, one righteous man. But out of 1,000, couldn't find not zero righteous women. See, again, I told you, I'm going to give y'all a chance and opportunity because, listen, most of y'all got this damn attitude out there because of bad teaching and bad rearing and bad raising and bad environment and bad home and dysfunctional homes. Dysfunctional wives, offended, depressed, chaotic, chaos, insane, insanity, schizophrenia, mad at the world, mad at y'all, mad at every damn thing. It's just so sad that you can't, see, you'll never get delivered, so you'll never get free until you accept what the Bible says and believe. Believe what y'all says. Just believe what y'all says. And then you can read a wonderful apple. Just believe what y'all says. I passed that all day. You have to do is just bash women and talk about it. Like I tell you what I learned from y'all. If I do, I learned it from y'all. If I learned that correction, that instruction, that rebuke, I learned it from y'all. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of the man. But even at that, you're not justified. Because the book says a man's wickedness is better than all the good that a woman can do when you get finished with it at the end of the day. Woo! Can anybody hear me? Let the church say amen. Man. See, yeah, you damn skipped. I am the salt of this earth. I have not lost no flavor at all. Some of you Jezebels out there, you contrary spirited women, look what's happening to you. Look how your face is contorted and stuff. Anybody ever take some salt and put it in your hand and then shake it 3 or 4 times in your hand and put it in your mouth? That's how you looking at me. That's how you are responding to me right now. I am the salt of this earth and I had flavor. And you got that right. That's why your face is all contorted right now. Instead of repenting
acknowledging the truth and turning from your wicked ways, you'd rather be bitter. You better be full of resentment. You'd rather sit up and argue and fight with me with words, nefarious words. You'd rather sit there and still disagree and be perched up on your Jezebel, wicked hill and mountain, and you're rather for even the Most High Yah, who wrote this in His Word, to be wrong, so you can be right. Ooh, hey, boy, I see the reason why hell had no larger itself. I see the reason why. I'm still on this dang wife right here who went behind his man back and would never tell him what she did with his daughter. What do you think about that?
That is a sad reality.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Do she really love that man?
No. The thing is that with this account, she did not care about the man because she became a young mom and she had to struggle raising her children. So she did not want to experience the same thing with her daughter being pregnant. And she could not be a stay-home mom because she wanted to work and earn her own money because she had a career that she wanted to upkeep. And she rather sacrificed her daughter to being, like you said earlier, a whore.
She for the streets.
Yes, and instead of being a mom that would say, daughter, that is not good. You should not open your legs and be with a man until the day you marry this man. She rather keep her daughter happy as a friend unto her and convince her that the birth control pill was the solution. But she never married that young man. She ended up breaking up with him. And of course, with that comes more boyfriends. Like you said earlier, they're promiscuous.
More fragmentation of the soul.
Yes, and more a broken soul out there now. It's a sad reality, but that's just one account that I experienced out of the many that I knew about that really impacted me as a young mom. And I just couldn't see how moms did not want to love their daughters enough to want to protect them, protect their bodies and their minds.
They couldn't love their daughters because nobody loved them enough to protect them and stuff. So their form of protection is go out here and get conventional medicine while she's still sinning. Boy.
And then you have the ones that couldn't catch them early enough to give the birth control and then take them to the clinics to get the abortions. Either way, these women are not being good moms. They are just, like Pastor said, they're monstrous women. They are selfish. They are all about themselves. And it's just sad. It really literally breaks my heart. It brings tears to my eyes to see the decay on women. They do not care about their daughters. They don't care about teaching them how to be clean, how to be careful with, how they speak, behave, act, how they dress, how they conduct themselves, what they put in their bodies. I mean, some of these daughters are, just malnutritioned because they eat so much junk. Others are overweight, like obese. And at that, the moms are just existing and not really guiding these daughters.
Because sometimes these mothers are in competition with their own daughters, believe it or not.
That's the truth. It is really sad. It is really sad. What I have seen out there when I was a Christian woman out there, I just see a lot of neglect. And I thank the Father for Israel because we here really do strive to teach women how to be good moms, good wives, chase keepers.
Oh, but babe, Pastor Dow, man, that male chauvinist pig, man, that guy, man, he don't love no woman. What's that?
Contrary to that, if anybody loves women as pastor, he always says that I'm going to love you more than you hate yourself by telling you the truth of how free you can be once you are in your role, submitting yourself unto your husband who is trying to guide you to Messiah. But like I said earlier, we women are too selfish. We want everything now, or pleasure, or happiness, and it's all constituted on our selfish mind and our feelings or emotions. But if we were to submit to that man who is submitting unto Messiah, I promise you that your household will be in order and you will be the happiest you'll ever be is when you are in your role.
Let me tell you something, man. I get accused. That's why you see all these mistress mouth monsters, Jezebels on this internet, especially on YouTube, if you ever see a video of a woman trying to speak and even mention my name in her mouth, she's already wicked. She's one of the wickedest women that has ever existed. Ever existed. Let me tell you something, man. Don't you ever let no wife ever control you or manipulate you or rule over you or dominate you in any way, shape, or form, because if you do, Satan is the head of your home. Flat out he is. It's the head of your home. And just like Eve got Adam kicked out of the garden, she's going to get you kicked out of the kingdom.